Hey guys, how are you? So, if you're thinking about cutting down a tree with hand tools, the first thing you're going to have to consider is tree selection. I would recommend choosing a tree that's on a tree line like this so that you can fall it into open space. Once you chose a tree, you want to stage all of your equipment and tools nearby, as close as possible without being in the way, and I like to go ahead and get my first aid kit ready just in case. I also wear stainless steel socks or chainmail to protect my feet. And you want to consider what species of tree you're cutting down and why. I'm cutting elm because I want it for handle material, but also because I want these big maples to go on growing. And this elm is getting overcrowded and it's going to get Dutch elm disease and die very shortly. Next, and this is no minor thing, you need to brush out all around the tree,
like that, 'cause you can get
especially where the tree is going to fall, several feet on either side, so that you're not fighting yourself later trying to limb, and in 45-degree directions from the back cut. That way, if the tree falls and you need to escape, you can go in either direction. For most of this work, something like a machete or bill hook will do just fine, but for the larger saplings, go ahead and use your axe. All right, it took me maybe 10-15 minutes to do this, but it was well worth doing. Now it's time to make the face cut, and I'm going to suggest to make a lower stump. Lower stumps are safer in case of deflection, but you want to be comfortable. So take a swing with the axe, see where that's about comfortable, score a mark as level as you can underneath with the saw, and then remove the axe. Here now you're going to make the flat part of your undercut with a saw. This saw would do, but it's not the tool for the job. You want to cut about 1/3 of the way through the tree, as you would with the saw, but you're only going to build the bottom of your cut with the saw. You can use the saw to gun down the same way you would with a chainsaw. Make sure you get your aim right because this will determine the direction the tree is going to go within reason. There are other factors, of course. Put the saw away. Now it's time for the axe. The axe is what you're going to use to open up the notch. Keep your feet out of the frontal zone because deflections can happen, as they do right here. You can see it goes into the ground rather than my feet because my feet are out of the way and the stump is low. So take your time and open up this cut one blow at a time. You don't have to hurry here. You don't have to hit hard. The idea is to overlap your cuts just slightly so that you can remove chips to get to the bottom of your undercut. The bottom that we cut with the saw helps because the chips will remove more easily and it ensures that the bottom of the face cut is flat, whereas with an axe on a low stump, it often is cut at the angle of your swing, which is not ideal. Now you can see here, I think I'm done, but I'm not. There's a little bit of Dutchy on the high side there, and I have to go back and clean that up. Once you have a reasonably clean face cut, you can take a quick break here and then go ahead and score around the back of the tree with your saw to ensure that you maintain about 1 inch and 1.5 inches of kickback plate. This will ensure that the tree can't kick back and hit you when it falls. Then it's just a matter of sawing up to the hinge. Even on a slight lean like this, it's not a bad idea to just go ahead and stick a wedge in when you can get one in. And on smaller trees, a thicker, fatter, stubbier wedge like this is best.
Hear it. There it goes.
And if the tree went where you wanted it to and you're still alive, uninjured, it's a successful fall. You can go home and be happy to live another day.
See how much hinge it pulled there? Right where I wanted it. I'll take care of these limbs and buck this up another day. So this is a fairly nice stick of elm right here. It has a little curve in it, but about 10, 12 feet up there. I'm gonna cut that off and see if I can make some axe billets out of this. I'm curious to see how it'll do for handle wood. So that's what I'm gonna do with this bit here. I'll just top the tree top, limb the limbs, toss those in the woods, and then use some of that up there for firewood.